Okay, good morning. So let's do the corrections for the work that I gave you guys yesterday. Because remember, yesterday we did number properties and also we did the introduction to multiples and factors. So let's just take it from the beginning. 1.1. What's the question says? Use properties of whole numbers to complete the following statements. So let's go. So 1.1 says 2 plus 3 is equal to, and then they have a gap, plus 2. So what's the number that we're supposed to populate in that missing space? Okay, so CF for life says 3. They call him it. You says 3. So does, let's say, Jose 3, right? So you guys are spot on, right? Yeah, 2 plus 3 is equal to 3 plus 2. And just so that we can remember what is the whole number property that was used there. 2 plus 3 is equal to 3 plus 2. The whole number property, I know they didn't ask us that, but if we were to say what is the number property that was used, the whole number property used there was definitely, it's the commutative. That's what Lesejo says. Okay, CF for life says the same. Okay, so it's the commutative property. And if we were to be specific, this is grade 9. Grade 9, they call him ETU. Grade 10 session at 8. So this is grade 9 now, and then I'll have a grade 10 session at 8. Then if we were to basically be specific, the property is called the commutative property, and if we were to be specific, we'd say the commutative property for addition, right? Yeah, because we're dealing with addition there. Okay, let's go on to the second one. 1.2. 5 times 7 is equal to 7 times. What would be the missing number there? Okay, CF for life says 5. Let's say Jose is the same. Alright, so it seems like we are standard stopped. So there's 5 times 7 is equal to 7 times 5. And if I was to ask the property is being used there. What whole number property is used there? Yes, CF for life. It's the commutative property of multiplication or for multiplication. Okay, so it's the commutative property for multiplication. Spot on. Okay, 1.3. 4 plus brackets 1 plus 8 is equal to brackets 4 plus 1 plus what? Grade 9. Grade 9. Grade 9. This is grade 9. This is grade 9. Okay, thank you. Lesejo says 8. So we populate the missing number. There is 8. CF for life says 8 as well. Then the next question, if we were to actually say what the property is, what would we say? Property, the whole number property that is being utilized there. Yes. Lesejo is spot on. It's the associative property. It is not, CF for life, the distributive property. Take note. It is not the distributive property. It is the associative property. If you look at the left hand side, it's 4 plus brackets 1 plus 8. On the right hand side, the brackets are with the first two numbers. Okay, whereas in the left hand side the brackets are around the last two numbers. Does that make sense? So we call that the associative property. When we group using a bracket, when we group numbers using a bracket, okay, on the left you can see the first two have brackets around them. The last two have brackets, and on the right two that have brackets. but it's the same numbers, right? So it's not the distributive property, it is the associative property. So even for Lesego, you need to be sure, because I can see you have a question mark there, meaning you're not so sure. Let's go to 1.4. 2 times brackets 3 times 4 is equal to, what are the missing numbers there inside that bracket? Okay, CR for life, I see you said 6, but to be more specific, since we're dealing with number properties, what Lesego has said is spot on. So in brackets there, we're supposed to have 2 times 3. Hopefully you can see why, right? So CR for life, I see you wrote the product of the 2 times 3, which is 6, but if we to be specific, what's missing there is 2 times 3. Because remember, we're dealing with properties of whole numbers here. Okay. Nikita, you can contact me on the side. You can send me a inbox message. I'll check it out as soon as I'm done with all the live sessions that I have lined up for this morning. If you want me to help your child specifically, I actually do it, but obviously it's not free as you see it here. It's at a price. Then just moving on. So yeah. And the property there, 1.4, we would say, what type of property would we say is being utilized? What's the whole number property that's used for 1.4? Okay, very good, Lesego. It is the associative property. Okay, very, very good. Spot on. Right, let's go to 1.5. 5, then we have brackets. Okay, the relationship between 5 and the brackets is multiply. So 5, then brackets. In brackets, we have 2 plus 6, and then there's closed brackets. Then it's equal to, then we have brackets 5 times 2 plus, what's missing in brackets there? 5 times 2 in brackets, then we have plus, what's missing in brackets there? Okay, Lesego says 5 times 6. CR for life says 5 times 6. Okay, I think that's a reason for me to rejoice. You guys are, you've got it down. You are absolutely for life, and Lesego, you're spot on. So yes, in brackets there we're supposed to have 5 times 6. What property has been used there to be able to actually have that statement? What property did we just utilize? What is the property that 1.5 is showing us? What is the whole number property that's being utilized there? Okay, Lesego says distributive. Okay, Lesego, you are right. This what's used there is the distributive property. Remember the 5 with the brackets. What do brackets mean in mathematics? Brackets mean multiply. What's inside the bracket is 2 plus 6. So this is called the distributive property of multiplication over addition. I repeat, the distributive property of multiplication over addition. Okay, because 5 gets multiplied by 2, so 5 gets distributed to 2 by multiplication. Then over that addition sign, 5 gets distributed to 6 by multiplication. That's why on the right hand side we have 5 times 2, because 5 is distributed to 2 by multiplication. And then the plus sign over that, we have the distribution of 5 times the 6. Okay, so very good. Let's say the distributive property of multiplication over addition. Grade 9. This is grade 9. Okay, 1.6, but it's also applicable to grade 8. So grade 1.6, 9 brackets 8 minus 3 is equal to, what is missing in that bracket? Then outside that bracket, minus 9 times 3. So what's missing? What's supposed to be in the bracket there? Grade 9, 1.6. What is missing in the brackets? We have 9, then brackets 8 minus 3. Then there's a bracket there, dot, 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 dot. So what's missing there? Minus brackets 9 times 3. So what are we supposed to have inside that bracket? Nikki, NGC, no, it's not 8. 8 is not missing in that bracket. Okay, let's think a little bit more. What is missing inside that bracket? Okay, and the reason why we say 8 is not missing there, it's not just 8 that's missing there. What is supposed to actually be in that bracket? Ngosingipile says 9 times 8. CR for Life says 9 times 8. Alright. Okay. Ngosingipile, you are spot on. Okay. Why do we say it's 9 times 8 that's missing in that bracket? It's because the whole number property that is being used there is what exactly? If you look at 1.5 and 1.6, it's very similar. 1.5 and 1.6 that's utilized for both those examples, those problems. Do we know what property was used in 1.6 as well? Anyone? Okay, very good. CR for Life. Let's say you're spot on. You guys are right. It is the distributive property. Okay, what do you see on the left? You have 9. Then immediately after the 9, you have brackets. What is the relationship of the brackets with the 9? It's a multiply. Okay, then what's happening here? On the left hand, on the right hand side, in the first bracket, you're supposed to have 9 times the 8 because 9 is distributed to the 8. We're sending the 9 to the 8 by multiplication because brackets mean multiply. Over which sign? Over subtraction. So basically it's the distributive law for multiplication, subtraction. That's what we have here. The distributive property for what? For multiplication or of multiplication. Over which sign? What we have here, 1.6. So I hope you guys are good. Let's move on to 1.7. If 12 plus 13 is equal to 25, then 25 minus what is equal to 12? Do we know? If 12 plus 13 is equal to 25, which it is, then 25 minus what is equal to 12? Okay, CR for Life, Lasejo, say 13, Kosingipila as well. The one who the Lord has given is saying 13 as well. So therefore 25 minus 13 exactly is equal to 12. You guys are spot on. All right. Do we still remember what are they using here? What are they using here to basically state or restate what they've said? We learned something yesterday that we basically learned about the property of numbers that helps us to make this conclusion. What was that? Do we still remember? If 12 plus 13, okay, you can go back to your notes. Maybe someone can actually write it down. What is it that we learned that helps us or aids us to basically write what we are writing? If 12 plus 13 is equal to 25, then 25 minus 13 is equal to 12. Why is it that we can say that? What is the concept behind saying 12 plus 13 is equal to 25, then 25 minus 13 is equal to 12? Do we still remember? It's because we say what about addition and subtraction? Addition and subtraction are called what? We call them addition and subtraction are called inverse operations. That's why we can say 12 plus 13 is equal to 25. That addition can be restated by saying 25 minus the 13 is equal to 12. We could have also said 25 minus 12 is equal to 13. That is because addition and subtraction are inverse operations. Okay? So that's just an example that shows that. That if and then statement shows us that addition and subtraction are inverse operations. What does the word inverse mean? The word inverse means they are opposite operations. Okay. Let's move on to the next statement, 1.8. If 7 times 8 is equal to 56, then 56 divided by 8 is equal to what? Okay, CR for Life says 7. Kosingipile says 7. Okay. Any more responses, or are we content with the responses that have been given? Okay, so 56 divided by 8 indeed is equal to 7. So that this if and then statement, what concept lies behind, or what important lesson did we learn yesterday that helps us to conclude the following? This is because what exactly did we learn yesterday about? You can see 7 times 8 means multiplication is equal to 56. Then 56 divided by 8 is equal to 7. That's division. So what do we know about multiplication and division? Multiplication and division are inverse operations. Multiplication and division are sort of like opposite. Okay, thank you so much, Lesejo. Okay, so these are important, people. Okay, the concepts behind what we are covering are more important than number properties. In that ATP for term 1 for grade 9s, the very first thing you guys need to be able to do, and do very well, is be able to know the properties of these whole numbers. This is a recap for grade 8. You guys should have done this in grade 8, and therefore now we are actually just making sure that we've got it down. 1.9. 5 plus what is equal to 5, guys? 5 plus what? Gosingipila 0. Okay, Lesejo says 0 as well. Craig, seems like everybody is happy to answer this one. Okay, it seems very straightforward. Okay, now the question that I want to ask, why can we say that? What is unique? We call 0 a, if we go back to our properties, we call 0 a what? A what property? Let's see if someone remembers. Very nice. Let's say for Iwena, you are doing the things that will make the pots to be done. Well done, Lesejo. Lesejo has said it spot on. I can see the people and who are taking down notes and are making sure that they actually keep the things that we learn. It's more important, people, that these notes, you see, every time I do a live lesson, please make it a point. You have a pen, you have your book out so that you can be able to have these notes. Remember, this will help you next year. Come next year, term 1, when you start, you'll be fine. So please just make sure you are doing that. So yes, that's spot on. It's an identity element. 0 is an identity element. Why is it an identity element? it's an identity element when addition is concerned. Okay, whatever number you add 0 to will always give you that particular number. 5 doesn't lose his identity, because when you add 5 to 0, 0 will always ensure that the number that is added to it retains its identity. You know, if we were to speak of it maybe just loosely, this is like saying that if, let's say, you are a friend to 0, you guys get added together, let's say, yes, then basically what happens is that 0 does not change you, it leaves you the same, right? So that's basically it. So we call 0 an identity element. The other number does not lose its identity. The meaning makes sense. You stay the same when you get added to 0. All right, 1.10. Let's move on. 12 times 1 is equal to what? Okay, CF for life is spot on. Okay, all right, good job there. 12 times 1 is equal to 12, guys. And this is because 1, when it is multiplied, okay, is called also a what? What happens when numbers are multiplied by 1? Okay, and we call 1 what exactly? What do we call 1? I want to see the people that are really listening and taking down notes. We call 1 a what? Hey, let's say it's got it down. Yeah, let's say okay, I think let's do this. I think let's say deserves this. Let's say is cooking very hard, eh? Yeah. Deserves that. That's a cheer for you. So yes, 1 is also called an identity element. It's an identity element where multiplication is concerned. So 0 is an identity element where addition is concerned, whereas 1 is called an identity element where multiplication is concerned. Remember what an identity element does. It leaves whatever it has been associated with the same. The minute it's multiplied to 1, does not lose its identity. 12 will come out victorious at the end. Then 0 as well. 5 as an identity element. When 0 is added to a number, it makes sure that that number does not change. Okay? Yes, doesn't change you. If you are a person and you have every intention to never change, then where addition is concerned, associate yourself with 0. If you are a number and you have no intention of changing, but the operation of involved, then you need to associate yourself with 1. Okay, I hope that makes sense. So that's this thing of identity element. You know, identity, we know it's all about who you are and stuff like that if we talk about it loosely. But then when we apply it to maths, okay, it's numbers that basically, when they particular numbers, they don't change. They stay the same. Okay? All right. You guys are winners. Okay, let's move on, guys. Let's move on. Let's see if I can upload. Okay, I'm sure you can. I can access that. Okay, I'm sure you guys can see that a little bit more. Okay, here they're saying 2.1, state whether the following statements are true or false. If true, name the property. 2.1, 16 plus 12 is equal to 12 plus 16. True or false? Okay, Craig says true. Also then name the property. So when you write your answer true and then tell me what property what whole number property is being applied for this statement. If it's true, it says name the property. But if it's false, then you can't name the property because there's no property associated. Thank you so much. So let's say Jose says commutative. CF for life says commutative. It seems like we've got a winner, ladies and gents. It is commutative. And remember, this is commutative property for what? For addition. Okay? Yeah. When you say commutative property, you are 100% correct. But then when you actually go ahead and you sort of like add that little bit of, you could say you add that, you add your icing and the cherry on top. You say it's the commutative property for addition. You identify, the relationship that makes it commutative. So it's commutative property of addition. Okay, let's go to 2.2. 16 minus 12 in brackets minus 2 is equal minus, then the brackets are with 12 minus 2 this time round. First and foremost, is the statement true? Yes, Chloe, it's grade 9. Okay, so the people on the floor, CF for life says false. Chloe asked with what do people say on the ground, guys? Statement, is it true or false? Okay. Okay, 2.2. CF for life says false. Now let's unpack this. If you look at the first brackets, what's 16 minus 12? 16 minus 12 gives us 4. Isn't that correct? Then if we take that 4 and subtract 2, what do we get? The answer will give us 4 minus 2 gives us? It gives us 2, Craig. You are spot on. So on the left, we have the number 2, right side. So we know that our answer for the left-hand side is 2. Let's go to the right-hand side. We have 16 minus, and then in brackets, we have 12 minus 2. But according to that thing called BODMAS, whenever we must make sure that brackets are always taken care of. So what we would do, we would still write our 16 first, leave it, and then write the minus sign. And then inside the bracket, we work out what is 12 minus 2. 2 is equal to 10. Then we say 16 minus the 10, which gives us what? 16 minus 10 gives us, it's grade 9 exotic. CF for life, spot on, Craig, it gives us 6. Now 2, the right hand side, are those two things equal? We have 2 for the left hand side expression and we have 6 for the right hand side expression. Are those two things equal? Okay, CF for left says, as you guys can see, it's a clear out no. So that is why we say the statement is what? It is false. The statement is false. Therefore, if it is false, that means the number property that will accommodate 2.2. So we just simply say false. Make sense? Okay. So 2.2 is not associative property. Okay. Because remember, a property needs to is true. So therefore, we can't say 2.2 is associative property. It's not, guys. It's not at all. So that 2.2 is a false statement. We move on. 2.3. So it's always good and handy to basically, before you jump in and say false, you make sure you check, right? 2.3. 20 bracket times 2 is equal to 24 times 4 bracket with the second last two numbers. 4 times 2 True or false? 2.3, guys. True or false? 2.3. Thank you guys for the follow. Those people who are following. Nikki1. True or false? 24 times 4 in brackets times 2 is equal to 24 times 4 times, and then in brackets 4 times 2 with the last two numbers. True or false? Is the statement true, guys? Or is one? Okay, look at that. CR4 life distributive property of multiplication. What does everybody else say before I confirm or dismiss the answer? Okay, so hopefully all of us have an answer. Maybe it's just that we have not written it down yet. Craig, so all right. So one thing we can all confirm is that the statement is true. Okay, yeah. I mean, even if you can check it with your calculator, or go ahead and say 24 times 4 in your calculator, you'll get a particular value, right? Which is, I think 24 times 4 is 96, right? Yeah, it's 96. Then 96 will give you yeah, 192. So that's left, you get 192. On the right, you'll still get 1. So therefore, that means the statement is true. But then the question is, what property is being utilized there? Okay, now CR4 Life said it's the distributive property of multiplication, but in actual fact, is it really, right? Is it really the distributive property? Did we bracket being distributed over two numbers and with addition and subtraction in the mix? So we can actually say, no, this is not true. It's not the distributive property actually. It is the, what property is utilized there? It is the associative property. For the first two numbers on the left, brackets for the last two numbers on the right. We are associating 24 and 4 for the left, and then on the right we are associating 4. So this is basically the associative property, okay, of multiplication. Hopefully that makes sense and is understandable. Okay, so going back to the properties, who may be feeling like they are lost when it comes to the properties, please do go to my YouTube channel, Maths is a Game. Go to the video that I did yesterday, in fact the live lesson that I did yesterday. Go and watch that video that I did yesterday, so that you can actually be up to that were covered. We covered the properties well yesterday. Okay, yes, do that, CR4 Life, because when you understand the properties, okay, then those properties will help. I'm realizing now that understanding the properties in these early grades actually helps you out mathematically with sort of like the concept around numbers. Then you kind of understand why you are doing some of the things that you do in maths, because it's informed by these properties, these basic properties in earlier grades. Okay, so please do go to my YouTube channel. To locate it, you can always go to my homepage. You can go to the YouTube icon, just click on it, it will send you directly to that page, and then you can actually just make it a point that you subscribe, and then please go and watch the video, whole number properties. It's there. I uploaded it yesterday after the live session, so it's there for you to watch and check it out. Please guys, do that. Then you will actually have a solid understanding of those number properties, and it will inform you being able to then answer that we're doing here. Okay, let's go into 2.4 very quickly, because I have a session with grade 10 at them by 10 minutes, so we'll start at 10 past 8. The grade 10s very shortly. So for now it's still grade 9. 4 in brackets divided by 2 is equal to 24 divided by 4 divided by 2 in brackets. First and foremost, is the statement true or is it false? That's the first question. Okay, so Craig says it's false. I have a grade 11 session scheduled for 9 a.m. 9 a.m. We have a session with the grade 11s, 9 a.m. Okay. So true or false? No, I didn't, Tabel. I didn't. It got a bit hectic here around the house, so I couldn't do it. No, it's false, guys. Very true. I love that you guys see that it's false. Mushi, I can see as well. Thank you so much. Welcome. So yes, 4 divided by 4 we know is 6, and then 6 divided by 2 is 3, right? If we apply BODMAS, start with the brackets. So 6 divided by 2 is 3. So basically we have 3 on the left. Sorry, 6 divided by side. 24 we leave it, and we write divide. What's 4 divided by 2? 4 divided by 2 gives us 2. And then if you say 24 divided by 2, we get 12 on the right hand side. It's equal. 3 and 12? No, they are not. So that's why we say the statement is false. So that means there is no number property that is covering 2.4. We simply say false, and that is it. We move on. We only name the number is true. Let's go to 2.5. 40 divided by 4 minus 2, is equal to 40 divided by 4 in brackets minus 40 divided by 2 in other brackets. So first question, is the statement true? Okay, here for life, it's false. Okay, Lesejo says true. Distributive property, Craig says false. Mushi says true. Okay, let's establish, is it true or false? So on the left, we use BODMAS. We know brackets are important. Okay, that's what we work out. Write the 40 down and then write divide. Then what's 4 minus 2? 4 minus 2 is equal to 2. 4 minus 2 is equal to 2. And then what's 40 divided by 2? 20. So on the left, we have the number or the answer 20. Okay, let's go to the right. Apply again. Remember, BODMAS says we need to take care of the brackets first. So what's 40 divided by 4? 40 divided by 4 gives us the answer 10. Then we go to the other brackets. What's 40 divided by 2 gives us the answer 20. Very true. Then we ask, what is 10 minus 20? 10 minus 20 is equal to what, guys? Remember, if you don't know it off by heart, you can use your calculator. Yes, Mushi, it's negative 10. Now remember, do you still remember the answer you guys got for the left-hand side statement? Your left-hand side statement was 20. Your right-hand side statement is equal. Is 20 and negative 10 equal, guys? Can we really say 20 and negative 10 are equal? Nope. Do you see now, Lesejo? So therefore, is the statement true? See, guys, that if you are going to conclude that a statement is true, what do you first need to check? You need to work out, you need to first, using BODMAS, remember there's this order in which we need to do things whenever whatever. We can't just answer questions. There's an order in which we do things. So BODMAS is that order. And when we apply it, then we'll get the right answer, because it's a standing law. Whenever you are dealing with addition, subtraction, multiplication, you need to follow the order. Okay, answer, and then the right answer will lead you to stating, if it's true, the right property, but if it's false, there's no property involved. Okay, yes, this statement 2.5 is false. All right, so let's reflect back. There were people that said true, and I remember someone even said true and said, oh, this one is false, guys. Do you see why it's false? And do you see why we cannot associate, or we cannot attach a number property in 2.5? Okay, so like I said, to those that feel like, these number properties, what's happening here? Please go to that. Like I said, go to my YouTube channel, spend some time and watch that instead of the live session that we did yesterday. Okay, please, then you will see, then you will richly benefit and really get to understand the properties. Remember, in order to state true or false, we need to first understand the properties. Okay, let's go on to 2.6. 40 times brackets is equal to 40 times 4 in brackets plus 40 times 2 in brackets. First question is the okay, Craig says true. Moshi says true as well, and he adds say. Oh wow, look at Lesejo. True. And then Lesejo is also stating the property. Princess says true. So yes, guys, very true. What property has been used? All right, and the property there that we have used, Proverb says distributive property, distributive property of multiplication over addition. Okay, so yes, guys, the statement is true. Goes without saying. You could check your left hand side and check your right hand side answer. You will get an answer for the left and the right. Then lastly, what property has been used? If it's true, then definitely there's a property that has been used. What property has been used? We can clearly see that the property that has been used, the 40 with that is distributed. 40 gets distributed to 4 by multiplication, and then 40 gets distributed to the 2 by multiplication over the addition sign. So that's why we actually in full distributive property of multiplication over it. This is what we refer to this as the property. That's 2.6. So we are sorted. Okay, good job, guys. So for 2.1 to 2.6, once again, make sure that the properties, we've got them down. Are we together? Amen. Okay, let's just wrap up, guys, because I do have another session with grade 10. I do know that there's missing that I have not covered, but what I will do, guys, is that I'll actually do a video session maybe or something like that, but we'll see, all right, how we are able to cater for number 3. In 2.9, let's just finish up in 2.10. 23 times 1 is equal to 23. True or false? Yes, you can. 23 times 1 is equal to 23. Okay, Mushi says true. Proverb says true. Lesejo says true. What property have we used there? 23 times 1 is equal to 23. Do we still remember? Okay. What is the something about 1 there? 23 times 1 is equal to 23. This is no, Mushi, it's not. Okay, so once again, that video, guys, 23 times 1 is equal to 23. 1 is called a what for multiplication? 1 does something special to all numbers whenever it's multiplied to them. Yes, that's the property. Identity element for multiplication. 1 is an identity element for multiplication. Then spot on to Lesejo. 1 is an identity element for multiplication. So once that video that I did yesterday, the live session that I did, it's posted onto the YouTube channel. You guys can check that out. You can watch the entire video so that you can get a solid understanding. Important. This is something that you guys did in grade 8, or at least you should have covered it in grade 8. Thank you so much, Smart Study, for the actually have this understanding well. Okay, let's go on. So yes, 1 is an identity element for multiplication. So it's that property that's used there. 2.8. 15 plus 0 is equal to 15. True or false? Oh, thank you for the TikTok, Smart Study. Thank you so much. 15 plus 0 is equal to 15. 0 is equal to 15. Let's say Jose is false. Okay, we'll verify all of this. Oh, you mean true? Okay. You mean all right. So 15 plus 0. Thank you for the rose, Smart Study. Smart Study, thank you. So yes, guys, 15 plus 0 is equal to 15. That is true. 0 when it comes to addition, we call it the what? Yes, Mushi. It's an identity element for addition. 0 is an identity. Oh, Mushi, you're catching on, eh? You're catching on to these properties. Smart Study. Thank you so much for the TikTok. Really appreciate it. See, I understand now, Elesejo, what you thought. Okay. All right. Last two. Number 9. 15 divided by 0 is equal to 0. Is that true? 15 divided by 0 is equal to 0? Showering me with gifts here. See, you busting out some early Christmas gifts here. Okay. All right. 15 divided by 0 is equal to 0. Let's say Jose is false. And the seems like we are changing our gear here on this case, eh? People are like, what is this? 15 divided by 0. So Moshe says false as well. Okay, or spot on. Moshe says false because any number divided by 0 is undefined. You could put this in your calculator. You say 15 divided by 0, you'll get maths error. That maths error, what does it mean? It means so whenever we divide by 0, the answer will be, so yes, undefined. Okay, last question for the day, number 10. 12 plus 5 is equal to 17 minus 5 is equal to 12. True or false? Let's say Jose says true. And Mushi says true. Amen. Hallelujah, guys. So all in all, yes, you guys are spot on. And what would we say then is the property, or what would we say is the property that it meant? We say what exactly? Smart study says simple maths. No, no, no. More specifically, guys, what is the... Okay, there's a statement that we know about. 12 plus 5 is addition, is equal to 17. Then 17 minus 5, which is subtraction. More about addition and subtraction. They are what we call... Addition and subtraction are... Someone needs to say it. Addition and subtraction are... Beautiful. Yes. Operations. What does the word inverse mean? It just means they are opposite operation. They perform opposite functions. All right. Addition and subtraction are inverse operations. Spot on. Lesego is on fire today. Thank you so much. We'll hold it right there. All right. Now listen up, grade 9s. Please listen to me and listen to me very well. So tomorrow is Christmas Day. I will not be having a mass morning. All right. I think I will just join. I will just come in probably at 7 and open my live sessions and stuff like that. I'll just do the normal, but that will be just that. There's no session that we'll be holding tomorrow, which is Christmas Day. I'm intending to not have a session. I'll be back on the 27th, okay, to actually do a maths session. Hopefully that is clear for all of us. Those who are joining in for the first time, welcome to the fam. Hopefully you are really intending to want to also have a opportunity of covering the maths content and syllabus before schools open. This is the initiative we are actually pursuing. So welcome. Guys should definitely follow me. You should go ahead as well and go and subscribe to sessions that you may have missed. Okay, for the grade 9s are actually found on my YouTube. The live sessions that I do here onto the YouTube channel, so that you can watch them at their own pace, own time. That shebang. Okay. So thank you so much, grade 9s. It was good having you. I think it being 10 past, I need to honor the time and actually give the time now to the grade 9 session. Why? Because I want to actually have the recording separate of the grade 9 session from the grade 10 session. Then I'll rejoin just shortly. So my grade 10s, just make sure you rejoin. I think we'll start our session exactly at 8:15, right? But I will open the live session so that we can begin come 8:15. Close the session now and end the live so that the video for grade 9s will be separate from grade 10s. Okay. And thank you again. You guys have been great sports. Thank you so much. You guys enjoy your time with your family. And yeah.